Hello everyone, welcome to this week market analysis video with me, Frankie, Market Analyst Manager at Markets For You. Today I'll be covering the key data and charts to watch for the week of May 20th to 25th in 2024. So let's go. Okay, you can see here that I already shared my screen. I'm using the economic calendar from the traders room in Markets For You. So I already set the dates, between 19th to 25th, Sunday to Saturday. So the important one is at 20, of course, to 24, Monday to Friday. But I just put 19 to 25, so there won't be any gap in the time zone. Okay, so I'm using the time zone is the GMT, the GMT time zone. So right now at 04 is at 4 for 0408. The time is at 0408. So you can just adjust to your respective time zone. Okay, so I already set the filters at high importance and economic events. I set some countries in G7, of course. Added the European zone, and also I add some Asian countries just like Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so let's just go to what will happen for this week. So this week we already started. We have the Fed Chair Powell speech, on Sunday, but I'm not going to discuss about that. So this week we are going to start tomorrow at Tuesday. Today is 20th. So at Tuesday, 21st of May, 2024. So we will have some meetings, but some data from the Australian dollar. But the important one is the meetings from the last RBA meetings. The minutes from last RBA meetings. If there are any surprises, then it will move the Australian dollar. But I'm not expecting any surprising decision, any adding or more adjust decision from the RBA. We will also have the PPI from German. This will affect the Euro USD. We will have inflation data from the Canada. It will affect the USD Canada. Based on the forecast, we are expecting that Canadian dollar might be a little bit lower. We will also have the Japanese yen, machinery orders, and balance of trade. Balance of trade is going to show that the condition in Japan is not in a good condition. Why? Because the balance of trade is in minus 339.5 billion. This is the forecast from previous at positive 366.5 billion. So this won't be a good number for the Japanese yen. We also have the Reserve Bank of New Zealand interest rate decision, which are forecasted unchanged at 5.5%. Meanwhile, the most important data for this week for me is the UK inflation data, which are forecast at 2.3% from previous 3.2%. This also showing that the condition in the UK is already getting better. But in the short term, or when the data is released, it might affect negatively to the GBP USD. But in the long run, it might affect it good for the economy in the UK. Meanwhile, we also have the existing home sales in the US. Meeting minutes from the last FMC meetings. So if the same like minutes from the RBA, if there are no surprises, then it won't affect it much in the market. We will also have New Zealand retail sales, some fresh manufacturing and fresh services PMI in some countries such as UK, US, and Euro. This week. So you can see. But the important one is the German one. For the Euro. We also have the weekly unemployment claims, initial job claims in the US, and we also have new home sales. We have the existing home sales on Wednesday and new home sales on Thursday. Also, we will have inflation data from the Japan, and the last one for Friday we will have retail sales from the UK and the Canada. Okay, we will also have durable goods order from the US. So this week, the important one is of course the UK inflation data, UK retail sales. So I'm going to discuss about GBP USD more in the technical analysis. And we also have the Canada retail sales and Canada inflation, but I'm not going to discuss that because I'm going to discuss the US dollar index. And also of course I'm going to discuss about gold because gold is now moving higher and higher. Okay, so now let's just go to the technical analysis. Okay, now in the technical analysis section, I'm going to discuss about three pairs. The first one is of course the GBP/USD, because we have UK retail sales and UK inflation data, and I'm going to discuss about gold. I'm going to show you how gold is moving higher and higher. Now it's reaching all-time high, and also I'm going to discuss about USD index. So you have the map or the guidance for this week movement for the major pair. Okay, so now let's just start with the first pair. Okay, now you can see I'm opening the chart weekly for GBP/USD. Yeah, you can see the GBP/USD actually moving in consolidating movement. Previously it moving in wide range, in wider range, in wider consolidating, with the highest one is 1.31. Meanwhile, the lowest one is 1.20. So 1.31 and 1.20. So 1.3 to 1.2. Yes, this is the range. Yeah. But lately, since the second and third week of the November until now, the range actually is getting narrower. So I'm expecting that if there are any movement from the GBP/USD, then it will move. It will create more wide range between the lows and the highs, and it might goes back to this range between the 1.3 to 1.2. But for now, I'm going to discuss about what will happen for this week. Yeah, I'm expecting what I'm expecting to be happening for this week. So you can see here, I'm opening the daily chart. Yeah, you can see that the range between my range is between 1.2850 to 1.23. But since this is too wide, still too wide for weekly chart, so I'm narrowing and putting the first support level. The first support level is actually the shorter or the narrower consolidating, starting from the the 24th of November 2023. So it goes consolidating here. So I'm creating some first support at 1.2513. So it's around 1.2510 or 15. So you can just put the level there. And meanwhile, the resistance will be at 1.2850. Yeah, I'm still putting at 1.2850. Meanwhile, the next support will be at 1.23, which are the lower one. Yeah, since the 15th of November until now. So this will be the next support. Meanwhile, the next resistance of course will be at 1.331, which are the highest for the past few months. So I can just put it at 1.3142. Yeah, so this will be my next resistance. But of course, there are some short resistance here, some lower resistance here, 1.2996 or 1.3. So this will be my first resistance, second resistance, and third resistance. Meanwhile, this is my first support and this is my second support. Of course, where do I'm expecting the market will go? So I'm expecting that the market will go higher. Okay, I'm expecting it will go higher and trying to reach the resistance level. But you can see that the stochastic here is already at overbought area. If the stochastic is moving lower and cross below 80 and exited the overbought area, then I'm expecting that the GBP/USD price will move lower. But for now, I'm expecting the GBP/USD might move higher. So if you can see that the inflation are forecasted lower and the UK retail sales are forecasted higher, so I'm expecting that it might move a little bit more lower first. Yeah, it might trying to exit, but then it will goes higher. So I'm expecting it will goes a little bit lower. So it might move to this level, 1.26, before it goes back higher. Okay, so that's it for the GBP/USD. Now I'm going to change to gold. Yeah, gold. You can see that gold is now moving higher and higher and just break the all-time high. Yeah, now is creating a new all-time high at 2440.62. Meanwhile, now it's 2438.55. So we don't have the history from the all-time high, of course, but I'm creating some using my Fibonacci retracement technique. I'm creating the next resistance it might be reached by the gold price is I'm expecting at 2469 to 2470. So this is it's going to be, I'm expecting it will goes to this area, because you can see that the stochastic is moving higher and just enter the overbought area. So I'm not expecting that gold might will move lower in the short term, but yeah, anything can happen. But yeah, I'm expecting that gold might move higher for this week. Meanwhile, the last part I'm going to discuss about gold as the US dollar, of course. So US dollar is now moving lower. Yeah, moving lower now is at 38.2% of Fibonacci and just below my 20 period moving average. So I'm expecting that US dollar might move lower. Yeah, a little bit more over, trying to reach this level. Yeah, 61.8, 102.5. So yeah, I'm expecting it will goes there. Yeah, for this week. Yeah, before it moving back higher, or I'm expecting it will consolidating between 38.2 and 61.8 for this week. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this week weekly market analysis. So hopefully this can be your guidance for your trade in this coming weeks.